What's up, people? How we doing? It's time served. It's your boy Phil. How we doing, everybody? What's up? Got gold mine eclipse. Caught all later in the day. I was busy at work. I said I gotta dig into the vault. I came home and bam, it was one after another. Bing, 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 bing. Judges yelling, screaming at the top of their lungs. And here I'm thinking, I'm not gonna get anything for today. Gotta dig in the vault. How we doing, everybody? Hope everybody had a safe and happy, healthy Tuesday. God bless you, everybody. Hello, regulars trickling in. Let's get a little warm up. Little Bay County. Always talking sports. He hates Florida State. I love it. Here we go.
Comes on, son. You'll see it. It's neon. State your name, sir.
Robert Brewster. Mr. Brewster, you're fully court on a fugitive from justice of domestic violence battery strangulation out of Mobile County, Alabama. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir. But I want to know if they got the right Robert Brewster, because I've been locked up since 2018, and they said this happened in 2022.
Okay, well, the only thing I can tell you is if you are debating whether or not you're the Robert Brewster with a date of birth of April 77, I don't want to give away too much more information about you, but they got a date of birth, a contact number. Anyway, we verified that the warrant is legit. We don't know that. I don't know if you're the Robert Edgar Brewster they're looking for. But here's the thing. It's up to you. The decision you have to make today is whether or not to sign the waiver of extradition, putting Alabama on the clock to come get you. Otherwise, you sit here on dead time and make them go through the process of getting a governor's warrant.
Okay. I mean, I'll sign it, but I was locked up.
Okay.
Here you go.
Again, not contesting the validity of the charges today, just that you're the person they're looking for, I think.
He's fantastic. He really is. Absolutely fantastic. Here we go. What is going
Step back
on
to
in his
the
head?
X.
Mr. Brewster, I'm going to have a return date of June 28th on here. That's just to make sure that we keep track of you if they haven't come and got you or notified us that they don't want you. Good luck, sir.
All right, step on the T. When the light comes on, son. Red X, sir. State your name.
William Poquet.
Mr. Paquette, you're for the court on a fugitive from justice. It's a sex offender registration violation out of Marinette County, Wisconsin. You've already signed the waiver of extradition back on May the 23rd. Deputy, we have any information on Wisconsin?
Yes, sir. He's scheduled.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, if I say June 28th, is that enough time?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Paquette, they're apparently on their way. So just sit tight and we will get you on your way as soon as possible.
See ya.
All right, step over to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, son. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Dominic Brackney.
Mr. Brackney, you're for the court charge of driving under the influence. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Oh, we had a 2-2-1 yesterday. This is just a 2-2-0. She's still in the lead. Texas or Tennessee is still in the lead. All right, Mr.
Not
Brackney.
no more.
We got one. We got a new one today.
Nah, I just saying Florida State knocked them off last night.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Were they playing Tennessee?
Yeah.
No. You know it's bad. You know it's bad for Seminole fans when they're bragging about softball. Holy
Softball's
Moses.
really good. Don't do that. They'll be taking all my
Holy
sports from me now.
Moses. Oh. Oh my God.
And then you know what's my favorite? Soccer.
Women's soccer is actually fun to watch. It's better than
So is
men's.
women's softball.
No, women's softball is just it's too fast. I mean,
What you
put the ball
mean?
on the ground. You put the ball on the ground, and I mean, those 60-foot bases they get to the bases too fast.
You got to hit it first. That girl out of Stanford, something serious though.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Brackney, based on your application, you do not want a public defender. You plan on hiring your own attorney? You don't know?
I'm thinking about, I was gonna use my friend's dad because he's down here, I'm down here with him.
Okay, is he licensed to practice in Florida?
No, that ain't, yeah, so that.
Austin,
I
no fine.
had one.
It's one of those
First
things. All right, buddy. Deputy, criminal history.
No history.
What brings you down here, Mr. Brackney?
Vacation.
All
Came
right.
for the concert, actually, the Gold Coast Jam.
Oh, you just staying a couple extra days?
We're gonna have to.
Well, I need you to come back tomorrow morning, okay?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning's gonna be your court date, June 7th at 8:30. Release him on his own recognizance. No
Step
alcohol.
to your right to the T. When the light comes on, sign. Next, Red Xer, state your name.
Michael David Clark.
Mr. Clark, before the court charge disorderly conduct, you understand the charge?
Yes, sir, I do.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, you've indicated you don't want a public defender. Is that the case?
No, sir, I'm fine.
Bond set at 1,500. Court date's tomorrow, June 7th, 8:30. Good luck.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Step to your right to the T. When the
1
light
o'clock
comes
tomorrow,
on,
I'll
sign.
get with I'm gonna get with Stephanie about moving Thursday to 10:30, and we're doing Friday at 10:30.
Okay.
So you heard that? Those are the dates. Those are the times. We be there. All right. Guess who's back? The CIdiot is back. Remember Jesus? The CIdiot who looked like Jesus, Mr. Milton? He's back. And now he has legal representation. He better have legal representation, or he may have to revert to the idiot formerly known as Mr. Milton or something like that. So let's hear the warm-up of this lady. I'm not laughing. I'm not making fun. If you laugh and comment, it's your fault. I don't feel bad for you, but it ain't coming from old Philly boy. So here we go.
Rebecca
Yeah.
Rose Wade on for warrant from an FTA.
Was there just making up lies about me to obtain me, to abuse me?
Well,
And that's
at
just the
the
truth.
moment, let your attorney do your talking for you
Okay,
so that I don't hear something that you don't want me to hear, okay?
okay.
All right. Did you have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Wade?
I did, Your Honor. And
There he
we
is.
discussed that there was a failure to appear for a pretrial on May 23rd. We asked that Ms. Wade be released. She has a couple of pending cases, all in the area, however, in different jurisdictions. And we asked that she have the opportunity to work on those cases, work with her attorneys in those cases out of custody. It's a lot more difficult to do that while in custody. So we'd ask that for these reasons she be released, and we reset a pretrial date for out of custody.
Okay. And the city's recommendation, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the new law violations and what appears to be a long history of not appearing, we are going to ask you to set bail in the amount of the warrant that was issued.
Wexler! Sean Lurker. That's his new name. Not Wexler. Sean Lurker. What up, Daylight? Peach! Oh, look at him. He is in all his glory today.
Okay, I am seeing considerable warrant history. I am inclined and concerned about the repeated alleged behavior. I am concerned if I just release you today that you won't be back here. You didn't show up for your last pretrial. Set bail at $500, which would mean $50 to a bonding company. Do you think you would be able to make that, Ms. Wade?
No, sir, I
With the
can't. I
redemption
got my head
program?
run over by 2 tires of a car when I was 5 years old. I'm a 5-year-old little girl stuck in a 40-year-old body. I've been homeless on the streets. I've been being beat up. I haven't been doing any crimes. I've literally just been struggling to survive, and I can't afford it.
Okay. Well, that is where I'm setting it.
Could you please, can I contact my dad and see if he'll pay it?
That isn't up to me, but I'm
Because
pretty sure the jail
they haven't
has.
been giving me a bath, a shower, feeding me,
I'm-
giving me toothbrush or a toothpaste. They've
What do
been
we
very
have?
abusive.
A next court date as soon as we are able.
As soon as possible.
We're gonna set it custody, so.
Look at the judge.
She was on for a pretrial when she didn't show up. So we'll be setting it for another pretrial.
June 22nd at 1:30.
Yeah. Okay. June 22nd.
Look at Milton. He's like,
You said 1:30?
whacker than
You'll
me.
send it directly to the
It's
custody.
not possible.
All previously imposed conditions do still apply.
Peyton Milton?
There may be, okay. Counsel, you may wish to make a note. I don't know
What
any
is he
more than what I've
doing?
just heard, but there may be a basis for a 1077. There might not, but you might want to make a note in there.
Has been noted, Your Honor. Thank you.
Agreed, Lawrence. Agreed.
Okay, I've signed that order. June 22nd at 1:30 for pretrial.
Stephen.
Ms. Wade, you are actually muted because I was not able to hear what was going on in the courtroom. Your next court appearance is going to be June 22nd at 1:30. Your attorney will be in contact with you before then. That'll be it for today. And with the failure. Okay. Over at the Thurston County Jail at the Ark, the gentleman who just saluted me, you are muted. There we go. What's your name, please?
It really depends right now. Anything to hear, but is my appointed attorney Michelle Rowe present?
Actually, I do see her, yes.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, because otherwise I was going to have to tell you that I'm the agent authorized to represent Peyton Ansley John Milton and not Peyton Ansley John Milton, and then have to go through a whole nother algorithm. So I'm super grateful that she's here. Yes, That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peyton Milton,
Mr. Milton delivers again. He'd have to go through a whole nother algorithm.
okay. Ms. Rowe,
He saluted him.
Yes, Your Honor. We are here on a warrant return. Mr. Milton was not present on the 31st of May. And this is actually to no fault of his own. Apparently, he indicates that the court has his email address, which he has notified the court is the best way to notify him. He indicates that he received an email regarding the June 23rd confirmation date and the 28th and 29th jury trial date, but that he never received an email regarding the May 31st court date. We are now in contact with each other and have good contact information between the two. So we are asking the court to quash Mr. Milton's warrants, to reset this for a one more pretrial, or we could actually likely set it.
So if you remember, I broke a video on this. This is one of my really first ones that really pushed me through. And then everybody covered it. I think Team Skeptic and Irish Steven picked up my video for this guy. And his charge was originally just disorderly conduct and drunken public, essentially. He was standing outside of a quick stop or whatever it was, and he was just acting a fool, as you could see. So he's been in jail since then. That was months ago. So obviously he couldn't bail out. But this is his first time. If he had another court appearance, we haven't seen it. So this is the first time he's appeared since that video that was covered by everybody. Everyone in here probably seen it.
For a future change of plea date, but we are asking that he be released from custody today.
okay, thank you. I'll hear from the state, please.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the state is not going to object to the quashing of the warrant. I would like any conditions of his release, though, to be just standard DUI conditions.
Suave.
Okay, those appear to have already been issued, so all previously imposed conditions do still remain in effect. I will be getting a next court date and filling in these orders here momentarily. Ms. Rowe, does July 7th work?
It does.
Okay.
Mr. Milton, is that an okay day for you?
Yeah, July 7th. Now, am I still appearing on the 23rd and you said the 28th and the 29th for jury trial? Was that right, ma'am? No, I won't be. Okay.
With the warrant, with the failure to appear, the prior dates were stricken.
Okay.
Now, before you leave the jail today, they are going to give you a copy of my order that I'm signing here in a moment that says all previously imposed conditions still apply, and your next hearing will be July 7th at 9:30. So
9:30?
9:30, stay in contact with Ms. Rowe. Keep doing the things you are supposed to be doing.
Yep. I'll reach
And
out
we'll
to
see
you.
you back here then, okay?
Send me an email. I'll get back to you more accurately. Awesome. Awesome. So July 7th, reach out to Mrs. Rowe within the week. Sounds
Yes.
like that's what I'm doing.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Here we go.
And the computer isn't there. It goes.
Yeah. He's trolling us. He's trolling us. He knows.
If I didn't say it out loud, I am quashing the warrants, which is kind of obvious when I'm signing a release order. But sometimes the words do indeed need to be spoken out loud.
I appreciate that.
Okay, I've signed both release orders. Be back here on July 7th at 9:30, either in person or by video if you can set that up. And stay in contact with Ms. Rowe. All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Milton.
Thank you, Mrs. Rowe.
I love you, Milton. Milton for president. Milton 2024. Look at him. Look at him.
Following that outcome from Sam's refusal.
Which one?
I wish I was like him. Just for a day. He has no stress. Nothing. He's going to live to be 1,000. All right, here we go. Now, we have an update from yesterday. A quick Michael Page. He had 2 people yelling at each other. I honestly, I'm going to admit, I didn't see yesterday. Discord blew it up, say time, cover it, cover it, cover it. I've been busy. So as I saw this, then I checked Page today, and he saw them again. So we are going to see 1 and 2. All right? So we're going to see 1 and 2. So we're going to do this right now. We're going to do it live. So let's roll. Here we go. Fuck it. Doing it live. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so this is yesterday. And then I'll play you part 2, what's today. Update. Does she get out? Oh, this is great.
All right, we'll take up file 2020-57268, the matter of Patrick Moran and Christina Herrick. Matter was set for hearing on a bench warrant. Ms. Herrick's here from the jail. Mr. Moran is not here.
No, you'll probably never meet him.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm the referee of the court assigned to handle these matters. At the conclusion of this hearing, I'll make a recommendation.
And I got to say one thing about Paige. If you watch him consistently, he is snarky and sarcastic. Dry sense of humor, but he jokes on these people all day. And Miss Heaven loves it.
That'll become a court order. You do have the right to have a lawyer. If you wish, you could hire one, or I could appoint one to represent you in these proceedings, or you can proceed on your own and represent yourself. Do you know what you'd like to do?
Whatever it's gonna take to get me to go home today, so I can take care of this.
Yeah, that I don't know. You have the right to have a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give one to you. If you don't, then you can proceed on your own.
I would like to have a lawyer, because yeah.
All right. Lawyer will be appointed. Ms. Heaven will contact the court-appointed attorney and have this scheduled just as soon as possible. I can't guarantee it'll be today. It may be today. It should be very soon though. All right.
Am I gonna be released or what? I mean, I gotta go home to be able to get money to be able to make you guys happy.
How much is the bond, Ms. Evan?
2,500.
Do you have the 2,500 to post for the bond?
No, my husband just lost his job.
Yes, earphone warning, people. Earphone warning. Check. She pounds on the table. So, and if I turn the volume down, you're not gonna be able to hear that raspy lie.
I'm a housewife. I have no income. I've told you guys that multiple times.
I don't know that I've ever seen you, but anyway, do you have anything you can post as a reasonable
There it is right there. I don't know if I've ever seen you. There it is.
bond to ensure your appearance?
Not until I
when the
can go
agenda
talk
is
to his
available?
not until I can go talk to his grandmother.
His grandmother.
This guy, this
I mean, I'm
gentleman
not
here,
gonna
this-
run. Everybody knows.
How old is it? There is grandmother. Grandmother's got to be 112.
That I'm not gonna run. If I gotta be here, I'll be here.
All right, well, you can't post
I
anything.
can't post anything until I can go home.
All right, then I guess you'll remain incarcerated until the attorney who's being appointed to represent you is available. I can have Ms. Evans.
Then I
get
don't
hold of
want
you.
a lawyer. I don't want a lawyer then. I'll represent myself. Let's get it done and over with. I'm not gonna sit around and wait.
Well, okay. All right, Ms. Evans, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. This case was registered by Allen County, Indiana, on August 28th, 2020. It's arrears only. Their order is for $217.50 a month on the arrears. She owes $45,124.26 to Indiana, $88.53 in fees to our state and county, total owing $45,212.79. There's been no payments since the case came here. I believe there was only one, according to
There's
the
never been
affidavit
any
from
payments.
Indiana.
I've never had.
There was a payment of $84.36, December 22nd, 2016, it looks like. This is a fail to comply issued August 26th, 2021. It's a 45-day jail sentence or a $2,500 cash bond. She was lodged in our jail June 4th, 2023. She indicates she does not have a job. She's a housewife. Her hearing, her show cause hearing was March 30th, 2021. She indicated that she didn't agree with this and she was instructed to contact Indiana. That hearing was adjourned from January of 2021. She was supposed to contact Indiana to dispute the balance. She's not.
And I've never received anything from them trying to contact them.
Wait a minute, what? You were supposed to
They have never
contact
got-
them. What-
Yeah, and they've never gotten back in touch with me.
Oh, you did contact them?
And I've made phone calls, I have sent papers, I've never received any information from Indiana. I've never even seen court papers saying that I was ordered anything from Indiana. My child, the one child has been passed away for 6 years. The other child is almost 30 years old.
That's horrible.
Okay, these are arrears. This is not ongoing support. This is arrearage that
I've
accrued
never
while the
been-
children were minors.
I've never been, my father, this is my father that we're talking, Pat Moran, that is my father. I've never had anything anything from any of it. No court papers, no nothing. I've never seen anything from Indiana. The only thing that I've seen is where you guys got involved. That's where I'm not understanding anything.
All right, Ms. Evan, do you have the order from Indiana that started this whole thing?
How does she even make her orange jumpsuit look smoky? She just looks like a cloud of smoke, like Pigpen. Doesn't she? Doesn't the whole room look musty? And him too. That whole room looks mustier.
I do. Order of the court, she failed to appear. She was personally served according to them.
Okay, personally served, but you failed to
I
appear.
was not. I haven't had an Indiana address in over 20 years.
I can vouch for that.
My husband's sitting in the courtroom and I haven't had an Indiana address in almost 25 years. I can't personally deliver something when I'm not there.
Ms. Evan, what's the date of that case in Indiana?
There's a number quite like ours. It's
Is there a date that it was signed by the judge?
the order of the court that came to us was signed January 23rd, 2017.
No, I mean the Indiana order, the judge's signature on the Indiana order.
That's the only order they are required to send us, is one showing the order of the court and the arrears.
Oh,
So,
they don't send like the underlying order of,
nope, they did not. They just sent the arrears and the order of the court that it was owed. Let me see if I have something on the other side of the file. That one indicates.
Because like I said, there's never been anything. I've never.
Yeah, Matt, there's big forest fires in Canada. We're getting hit huge in Jersey and New York. Smoke screen smells like smoke everywhere. I thought it was coming from her, but no, it's from Canada. It's damn kitchen court cases.
Never been in front of a
oh,
judge.
I'm sure there was. I'm just trying to find out what it is so it can be explained to you, ma'am.
Because I just want to make it so I can go home and take care of it. I'm just, this is crazy.
You were given that opportunity a couple of years ago, and it doesn't sound like
I was never in jail. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand, that this is a first for me. That I'm sitting in front of you is a first for me. That I talked to you 2 years ago was a first for me.
We had a hearing on March 30th, 2021.
That was a first for me. These two right here talking to you, sir. This is the first I've ever talked to anybody.
No, we had a conversation.
She's calling me a liar. I've never been in front of any court system until talking to you, sir.
Yeah, we've actually met twice. We met on January.
Listen, yes, we talked on the telephone. We talked on the telephone 2 years ago. We did it over Zoom. It was during the pandemic.
I gave you 2 months.
Said the same thing back then, and I've never been in front of anybody else.
You keep interrupting, so
I'm sorry. I'm frustrated. This irritates me.
Yeah, you haven't made a payment in the life of the case, maybe one payment. You had a warrant. You're given ample opportunity to address this. You failed to do so. Anything else you want to say?
Just that I'm not trying to get upset with you or interrupt. I'm frustrated. This irritates me because nobody's listening to me and saying that I haven't been in front of anybody except for you.
Well, we've established now, this is the third time you've been in front of me, at least.
How can Indiana come after me for something that they've never had me in front of a judge for?
Fourth time, because we met in December of 2020 as well. So
no, we
fourth time.
I've only talked to you once besides today. I've only talked to you once besides today.
Yeah. That may be your recollection.
And I've never seen this lady here.
How much can you post for a bond? How much can you post for a bond?
I got nothing.
I know his grandma was gonna help me out with 500 last night.
Oh, yeah. So ma'am, you don't currently work, why not?
I'm a housewife. We have no vehicle. My husband just lost his job too, because we have no vehicle right this second. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Where do you live?
Just outside of town, outside of White Cloud.
By Hardy Dam.
Thank you, baby.
How do you meet your other expenses like food and shelter and things like that? I'm talking to her.
His father, he inherited his father's house, and we get food stamps, and his grandma gives me $20 maybe if I'm lucky to get tobacco and stuff like that.
Nice life.
Because I take care of his grandmother.
So she doesn't pay you anything to do that from which you could be making payments toward this arrears?
No, she does. She only helps me with what she can. She just lost her husband, so her income just went all upside down too.
She doesn't get paid by the grandmother, but she steals from her frequently.
Which it's my husband, the gentleman there in the room. It's his grandmother.
So who pays the taxes on that house?
Jason does when he's working.
So you're able to work, you just don't have a way to get there?
Yeah, And I don't know how well I can do it because I have health issues at this point. So I haven't really tried in a while, but I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to
Thank
get
you,
it. So like I
Mark,
said, so I
my
can not have to
man.
sit here.
Hit that like button.
Well,
Thank
I
you, Mark.
appreciate that, but you're $45,000 behind and you haven't made a payment.
Woo!
No, I plan on, I will be, as soon as I get out of here, I will be getting a hold of Indiana again.
Well, I gave you that opportunity over several months at the end of 2020
Well,
and the beginning of 2021.
I plan on filing a big grievance with them because this is crazy. And like I said, I'm not trying to be nasty or anything. I'm just I'm irritated.
Oh, well, sorry. Sorry we irritate you, lady. She needs a cigarette and a hit of meth.
So have you applied for jobs that are in the area where you live?
No.
I apply for all kinds of jobs online every day.
She starts tomorrow.
And just haven't heard nothing back.
Yeah, I wonder why. Could you imagine? Probably, imagine what her resume looked like. It's on papyrus.
A lot of places don't like that I haven't worked in almost 20 years.
Thank you,
So
Donna.
there's a new grocery store right near where you live, out by Hardy.
No,
Dam,
there's
right?
not. No.
No, there
White
isn't.
Cloud Houseman's is the closest grocery store. Houseman's or Jeans in Croton.
Sucks.
How'd you get picked up?
Somebody called and made a complaint against my husband about something that I had nothing to do with.
The cops came
I
out.
was out
found
working in
they
my
were-
yard.
Who wanted to pay $500 to get you out?
My grandma was going to, or his grandma was going to give it to me last night.
I wouldn't even want her touching anything.
She still wanted to do that?
I have to go talk to her. I gotta walk all the way home and try to get a ride all the way back.
Oh, poor you.
I have her phone number if you want to come and get my stuff, baby. Come get my property. My phone's in it.
But she has a phone. Free through the government. Ah. What a world we live in.
So she might have the 2,500, you don't know?
I doubt she
I
has
guarantee-
2,500.
Does she get the money? We shall
You take
see.
everything from her.
So this lady here is $45,000 behind in her child support.
Yeah,
application. So that's a
like I
big
said,
sum of money.
I married her when I was 24.
Yeah.
Man, this is the first time I ever heard of this.
She didn't tell you about it then, because she obviously knew.
Her parents never took her to court for her kids. Her parents just took her kids and expects her to pay.
Somebody did. I'll adjourn this till tomorrow at 3:30. You tell your grandma the bond's still 2,500, see what she is able to post. If she's able to post 2,500, maybe she will, maybe she won't. If she has a reasonable amount, I may be willing to lower the bond, but without knowing what that amount may be, I'm not willing to do that at this point. So we'll meet tomorrow at 3:30. You can call Ms. Hudson. I can give you her
Gonna be
phone
able to
number. You
help.
can call her and make contact after you talk to your grandma and see what you're able to come up with. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's only gonna be a
Okay, we get it. We got it. Number 2, brought to you by Time Served. Here we go. This is quick. And then we're going into the main events.
All right, we'll recall file 2020-57268, Patrick Moran and Christina Herrick. Ms. Herrick is back from the jail on Zoom here. Her husband's present again. I adjourned the matter to see what amount Mr. Herrick would potentially be able to post for a bond. Sir, what were you able to come up with?
Nothing.
Nothing. Your grandmother wouldn't post anything at this
No.
time?
Nothing.
Okay.
Look, look at her.
Trying to call a bail bondsman, but I gotta wait till I get a phone.
Well, that's a little bit different. That's for criminal cases.
I didn't
This
know
is
if they'd do it for
This is a
child
civil-
support
this
or
is a
what.
Civil case.
Yeah.
You know, you may call a bank to get a loan, but,
Yeah, I can't
bail
go
bonds
wrong.
was a little bit different. Man, we can't hear you. I don't know if something's going on with the microphone or what. You may want to go ask the officer to check it out.
3 minutes of heaven. This is court clip heaven.
Ms. Evans, did you have any further information on the matter?
I do not.
All right.
Looking ever so musty.
Is that better?
Yep, there we go. All right, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, Nick had the money yesterday. After I got done talking to you guys, I called Nick. And Nick had the money from grandma yesterday.
He only had $500. They
I
won't
know
take it. They
this.
want
And they-
2,500.
That isn't what I was told by them here.
They want 2,500 to get you out.
Oh, I asked what you were able to come up with. You said nothing.
Yeah, yesterday I had $500.
Oh, it's gone now.
You told me it's,
We still have
you
it.
told me it's
Nick has
$2,500.
Well, it was yesterday. I wanted to know what you were able to come up with. Is the 500 gone now?
And they gave it back to my grandma, and my grandma's at Pace.
Nick's the husband.
It's a thing for old
It's an
people.
elderly care. It gives me a break from care. It helps with the caregiving. She has the money. Nick had it when he picked you up yesterday.
She gave it back to him. Then we had to go shopping yesterday.
They had told me they would take it and you didn't listen.
So let's break this down for a second. We don't know who Nick is. Nick picked him up for a ride to get her. The bond was too little. So he said, F it, keep her in jail. I didn't even know her when she owed this money. I got 500. We got to go shopping. That's exactly what he just said. That's exactly what happened. And she's going to be in jail for a long time or until he can steal another 500 for Graham.
That's it.
No. Yeah, but you still wouldn't be able to get out. They wanted $2,500.
That's what they said. That's what they.
That was before I knew how much you had. I'll oppose the 90 days. I'll drop the bond to 500. You can be released, ma'am, as soon as 500 is paid. I'm a referee, not a judge. You have the right to object to my recommendation, have a hearing with the judge if you wish, or you could accept it. You know what you'd like to do?
It's fine.
All right, very good. You'll be,
Go get
you'll be
that,
allowed
please,
until
Jay.
500 is paid.
As soon as I can.
Meaning never. That 500 is gone. $350 for meth, $50 for McDonald's, $100 for miscellaneous and cigarettes, and the rest was for Nick for gas. 500 gone. Lady, jail. Next clip. Okay, here we go. All right. What I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to do a clip, a dono clip. I saw a couple people. Whoever wants to throw up a dono, that bonus dono, that the clip that will not be seen, it was cut. If you weren't live, you didn't see it, I'm playing it. Next person to throw up a dono, it's sponsored by that person, and that's a dono clip. It could be 99 cents, I don't care. Just give me a dono clip. Let's roll. Dono clip up, and I'll do Stevens while we are waiting. Dono clip time. Next dono up. Here we go. Let's do it. Dono clip time. But I'm going to give you Stevens while we are waiting. Stevens had it with these lawyers. Okay, here we go. Peach with the dollar. Dono clip going to Peach. This next clip, not the Stevens clip, our main event sponsored by Georgia Peach for $1. Steven, thank you. Cachette with 99 cents. Thank you so much. We just got to get a little dono action up in here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's roll. Brought to you by Cachette, Stephen H. for a member for 2 months, and my Georgia Peach. Let's roll. Let's watch Stevens yell first. Then we go to the dono. All right, here we go. Thank you guys for the dono. You know I appreciate every red cent. It's awesome. You guys are the best. Here we go.
Before we begin, Tommy, are we having the problems here in this courtroom?
There's been some talk.
All right, let me tell you what, folks, I have zero tolerance for poor behavior. We've had over 500 jury trials here. And I'm the prosecutor in the James Byrd murder case. So I have experience in dealing with the most horrific type of case possible. I will not tolerate bantering back and forth between both sides. We will try this under law, under the rules of evidence. I find someone not acting politely, quietly in this courtroom, you will be held in contempt of court, and you can be put in jail for up to 180 days for each infraction. And I won't hesitate to do that. This is a serious case. It will be played out under the rules of law, not bantering between people and trying to antagonize already a difficult situation for everyone. Is that crystal clear, folks? My bailiffs are going to be listening, and I trust what they do. I have my lives in their hands. And if they say, point out somebody, we will stop what we're doing, have a hearing, and I will decide your fate. But we will not have inappropriate bantering between people during this trial. Is that completely and totally understood? Pass it on to anyone else who might be coming in here, because I expect proper behavior and etiquette in this courtroom. Everybody understand? And we will immediately stop things, and I'll escort the jury out of here, and then someone will be the center of my attention, which you don't want to get.
Ooh, doggy.
Your Honor, I did admonish this side of the courtroom, those same things and what was occurring, and that's why I brought them here.
Unfortunately, acting politely shouldn't even be an admonishment required, but I will take it into strict punishment. That's the way we handled it in some of the most intense cases in the history of this area that I was part of. And that's the way you handle it. You don't let aggravation start. This is difficult for everybody right now. Let's follow the rules of law. You don't want my attention on you. Everybody just do the right thing. That's not hard to do. All right. We have a witness call. Ready with the jury? All right. Bring the jury in, please. Thank you.
Wow. What an intro. So if you think Stevens, that was yelling, Judge Nelson, Michael Nelson from Texas, another Texas boy, he doesn't yell consistently, but he explodes. And it's not clickbait. We're live. I'm telling you, he loses it. Thank you for my dono clip of the night, the main event. Here we go. You are going to enjoy it. And it's a great case, too. Great custody. I was recording it because it was a good case. That was just a bonus. I was like, oh my God, did I just hear that? Let's roll. Thank you very much, Peach, Keshet, and Stephen H.
Your Honor, I don't think there's any agreement between the parties, including on where the children should be living. The state is asking for the appointment of an ad litem for the children to figure out what situation is. I believe it's the mother's testimony that she had left the children because of an altercation and then tried to get them back, and the police told her they could not force him to give the children back because he's their dad. And I believe Mr. Hodges' testimony is that the children don't have anywhere to stay where Ms. Zielinski is living, and they need to stay with him.
All right, then. Sounds like, yeah, the kids get a lawyer. So that's going to be probably, but let's go ahead and get some testimony from the parties so I can see some time frames here. Where is every, like I said, I got a child that's, like I said, is 11. Let's see. The oldest is, the oldest just turned 11. So this has been a relationship that's going on for a while. So let's get a little background and and a timeline on where everybody's been for the last 11 years. All right. And with whom. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and swear the parties in, and I'm gonna start looking through my list to see who I'm gonna appoint as the attorney ad litem in this matter. Thank you. So at this time, Ms. Zielinski, Mr. Hodge, both please raise your right hands. Do you both solemnly swear or affirm your testimony you're gonna give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
I do.
Yes, sir. All right, you're both officially under oath, and the state may proceed. Thank you.
State would like to call Jamarcus Hodge. Mr. Hodge, will you state your full name for the record?
My name is Jamarcus W. Hodge.
And sir, what are the names and birthdays of the children that you have with Miss Zielinski?
The names would be Braylee Hodge, and her birthday is 3/6/2012. Jaden Hodge, and his birthday is 5/8/2013. Emmanuel Hodge, his birthday is 18/19, and Amaya Hodge, and her birthday is 8/26/20.
And sir, you're the father of all of those children?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not requesting any DNA testing today, correct?
Pardon the Discord. I'm not going to interrupt. Pardon the Discord. But if you're not in my Discord, if you're not in this time sort of Discord, this is what goes on. And what we're talking about is court clips. What's going on? So every time you hear a Discord, that's when I was recording and I had the Discord up. I'm sorry for the pings, but if you're not in it, that's what you're missing. And it's not us BSing about crap. It is court all day.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Where do the children currently live?
They currently live with me.
Okay. Did you and Miss Zielinski ever live together?
Yes, ma'am. We lived together for approximately, I would say, 11 years.
And when did you stop living together?
December of 22.
Was there an incident that happened that caused you to stop living together?
No, ma'am. She, well, honestly, yeah, we found out, I found out that she was talking to someone else and having intercourse with another person at her job. And once I found out, she basically just left.
And so your testimony, she left and the children stayed with you after that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has there been any visitation between the children and Miss Zielinski since that time?
Yes, ma'am.
When did those visits occur?
Normally weekends when she's off. There's a weekday or two that she might come see him, but normally whenever she's off.
Where did those visits occur?
And clean.
Thank you, Mike Crazy.
Are you concerned if your address or phone number is put into an order that you might face harassment, abuse, or threats of abuse or harm to you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So are you still living in the same place that you and Miss Zielinski used to live with at?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the children that are of school age, are they enrolled in Killeen School District?
Yes, ma'am. They go to Hay Branch Elementary.
All right. What, as far as the visitations, does Miss Zielinski come and pick up the children, or do those visits occur at your house? What goes on with that?
Yeah, she'll come and pick them up and take them places, like wherever she decides to take them, you know, parks, out to eat, indoor playgrounds, Wherever it's been kind of difficult since my son's just been diagnosed with epilepsy. So we've been trying to figure out exactly what he can and cannot do. So it's just more or less been parks and out to eat.
Which son is that?
Jaden.
So you heard my opening statement. You do not agree with the statement I made that Ms. Zelensky's alleges that you are keeping the children from her.
No, ma'am, I do not agree with that at all.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the court at this time?
No, ma'am, I guess.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'll be back in just a moment. Go ahead and call your next witness, Ms. Hubbard. Thank you.
State would like to call Jessica Zelensky. Ma'am, can you state your full name for the record?
Jessica Lynn Zelensky.
And you're the mother of the children previously named?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you agree that you and Mr. Hodge lived together for around 11 years?
It was more or less like 12 and a half because my daughter is 11. I just left in December, so it's more or less 12 years.
And what happened when you left the house?
Basically what happened, like he did say, I was talking to somebody, but that's not why I originally left. He is very controlling. He has put his hands on me before, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I ended up leaving the situation because it was getting worse as far as the verbal abuse, him putting his hands on me. I don't want to say he abused me because everybody takes abuse or looks at it differently. So, but he did put his hands on me, things like that. As far as, you know, taking my phone keys, all that sort of thing. I just couldn't take it anymore. So I eventually left, and that's when I left in December.
Were there any police reports or any kind of court cases involved as far as that goes?
Yes, ma'am. When I originally left, I did do a police report, and I want to say like a couple of days before I left, it was, I think, 3 or 4 calls to the police that were made that day, and one being my boss, my manager at UPS. She did call the cops because he made me call into work, and she heard the altercation over the phone, basically the yelling, the screaming, crying, that sort of thing. So she did call the police because she was aware of some things that were going on between me and him.
All right, ma'am, are you still working for UPS?
I am.
All right. You had the same boss?
Yes, I'm still under the same boss.
All right, good enough. You may proceed, Ms. Hubbard. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you know if there is currently any open criminal cases regarding any of those calls?
I'm not sure. I know I was speaking with a detective at one point, which I kind of stopped talking to the detective because Jamarcus did act as the detective. So I was unsure of who was really the detective at that point.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I think I know what you're saying, but please elaborate a little bit more. Thank you.
As far as him acting as the detective?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so originally when I made the police report, I had a different phone number than the one that I currently have. I turned that phone off, location, everything off. I made the police report on my manager at UPS, her cell phone. So the detective only had her cell phone number. And originally I have the text message stating that basically he was the detective and that I need to call. Me not thinking, my mind is still, you know, going through everything. It's at 8 o'clock at night when she got that message and sent it to me. So I had got a call from that same number and I answered it and started talking to that detective only to find out it was him.
All right, so you're alleging that Mr. Hodge impersonated a police officer.
Well, he stated that he was the detective, I think it was Ramirez, that I was speaking to.
He was acting like
All
a
right,
detective.
Mr. Hodge, we're not going to go too far down that path with you, sir, asking questions, because obviously that is a criminal offense in and of itself. So,
Make sure to hit that like button, guys.
but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and let the state finish with questioning here. I'm definitely looking at giving the kids a lawyer going forward. But I want to finish up Mom's testimony before I start making some rulings here. Thank you. You may proceed, Ms. Hubbard. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Zelinsky, have you been able to see the children since December 2022?
Yes, recently I have started seeing the children. Excuse me. I know in the beginning I'm not gonna say he didn't allow it, but it was always a fight. Like there was, I came to meet him to get the children. He wanted me to go file the income tax. I had already filed the income tax, but I didn't want to go into all that with him because it was, time for my kids. So then he grabbed I had a key because I was staying with a friend at the moment, a coworker, and I had her key on her key ring. He reached into the car, into my vehicle, because it was right on the little door, on the little hole where your door is, in the inside of the car. He took it, wouldn't give it back to me. I then said, okay, we'll go to the park. Let's, we'll file it another day. It was already filed though. He he didn't know that. So we went over to the park, never got to experience, hang out with my kids because it was nothing but fighting and arguing. My kids did get out of the vehicle because they wanted me to come play. But at that point I was too afraid to, being that past altercations that we've had. And then the one that just occurred of him taking the key, he eventually threw it, things like that. So on that one, I kind of was hesitant to go see the kids because I didn't want for the kids to constantly see us arguing and fighting and back and forth. It has gotten a lot better since then. Now, if I don't answer my phone or whatever the case may be, he then tells me I can't see the kids, that sort of thing. But I can't always answer my phone if I'm at work. Yes, my kids come first, but I do still have to have some type of income coming in as well. Like I said, it has gotten a lot better within this last month and a half, as far as me.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna slow you down here a little bit. Over the last month and a half, what have you been doing?
As far as communicating, me and
visitation.
Jamark have been communicating a little bit better. Being able to see the kids a little bit more than I have been.
What specifically you've been doing? You getting the kids all day, 2 or 3 hours? What are we talking overnight? What are we talking about?
Like a couple of hours. He will not let my kids come over to my apartment. Yes, I have a 1-bedroom apartment currently, because I was staying with a friend and I wanted to have my kids, so I hurried up and tried to get into something. And so that's what I did. I live in Temple. He lives in Killeen. He won't let my kids come over to my house anytime I want to see the kids.
Ma'am, stop. You can stop. That's over with as of today's date. I'm the one that gets to make that decision going forward. So, and I'm going to come up with a visitation package. I just need to know your circumstances a little better. So I'm going to let the state proceed and now that I know where you live and everything. So, I'll let the state proceed and we'll figure out what we're going to do. You may proceed with your next question, Ms. Hubbard. Thank you.
Snoop Dogg.
Where you're currently living, do you have space for the children to have their own rooms or at least share boy-girl separated?
As far as where I'm living at currently, I know it's not feasible, but I can make the living room into a room, and I do have a big, like I said, I am in a 1-bedroom currently. And if need be, the room is big enough to where, I can get bunk beds, for each kid, because I do have 4 kids, and I can make the living room into a room if need be, just until I'm able to move into something with more rooms.
Does anyone else live in the apartment with you, or are you just live?
No, it's just me by myself.
All right, ma'am, when you say you got 1 bedroom, we're talking about 1 bedroom plus a living room, bathroom, and kitchen, or are we talking about an efficiency?
No, it's a living room, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, little dining area.
Okay, thank you. All right, you may proceed, Ms. Hubbard.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the court today that you feel like we haven't talked about?
No, I just want to be in my kids' life.
All right, ma'am, when's the last time you seen your kids?
I seen them last Friday
For how long?
for a couple of hours.
All right then. And what's your work schedule like, ma'am?
I work Tuesday through Saturday.
What time you get off on Saturday?
I don't get off until 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, so you work the evening shift at UPS.
Yes, sir.
All right then. All right then. And do you know Dad's work schedule?
No, I don't.
All right, thank you. Any other questions of this with Mrs. Hubbard?
One more question, Your Honor. Ms. Zielinski, if you had your address or phone number included in this order, do you feel like it would cause you to face harassment, harm, or abuse from anyone else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I pass witness, Your Honor.
And ma'am, it sounds like it, but I'm gonna double check. And you do have reliable transportation that can get you to Killeen and back to Temple with your kids?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, Cardi, next, you can recall Mr. Hodge at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. State would like to recall Mr. Hodge.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
what is your work schedule on the weekends like right now?
I don't work on the weekends.
I pass witness, Your Honor.
All right, folks, I've got a lot of stuff going on here, and it's not like something I hadn't heard a few hundred times since being a judge and a lawyer. So it's nothing too much out of the ordinary. But anyway, I've got to come up with something that's fair to both parties, and I got to come up with something that's that will work for the kids. So here's what I'm looking at doing at this point. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. I'm going to name you both temporary joint managed conservators. I'm going to let the kids stay with Dad for now. Main residence will be with Dad, but I'm not giving anybody the right to decide domicile at this point. I'm keeping that with myself, the judge. So I'll decide domicile, and I'm placing the kids with Dad for that domicile. I'm looking at giving the mom weekend visits with the children every weekend, except the Father's Day weekend coming up in 2 weeks. And I'm looking at you, ma'am, having you pick, we're in summer, so we get to do this. So I'm looking at having you pick the kids up on Sunday mornings and returning the kids to Dad on Monday evening. So I want you to pick the kids up at 9 a.m. on Sunday and return to Dad at 6 p.m. on the following Monday. I'm sorry, you go, what time you go to work?
Are you referring to for me?
Yeah, you say you're off on Sundays and Mondays, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you don't go back to work until late in the evenings on Mondays?
On Tuesday, yes.
On Tuesday,
I'm off
okay.
on Monday.
All right, so I'll go ahead and order that you have the kids from, like I say, 9 a.m. on Sunday to 6 p.m. on the following Monday. And I'm going. I normally, if I think things are problematic, I normally have the exchanges take place at the Killeen Police Department off of Stan Sluter. But again, I don't want to traumatize the kids if I can avoid it. And and that's a lot of kids to be transported. Would you want me to make that exchange point at KPD, or are you okay with picking them up at Dad's?
I'm okay with picking them up at Dad's. That's fine.
All right, then. If there's a problem, you need to let the children's lawyer know, because I'm going to move that from KPD to from Dad's residence to KPD's immediately. Because again, I've had to use KPD over the years a lot as the exchange point, and they got great high definition cameras, so I can see who's really done who's at fault in circumstances. Because I've actually had to get video from them on what happened one time. So anyway, so that's what I'm looking at doing. I'm looking at I'm looking at giving you every weekend, ma'am, except because it's normally you would get 30 days in the summer, but based on your schedule, that's just not practical. I'm looking at doing that looking at starting at this weekend, which is June the 11th, will be your pickup, and you'll return the kids on June the 12th. Now the following weekend is Father's Day weekend, so you don't get it. But every other weekend after that, going forward until we come back, you get the weekends with your kids. I'm going to go ahead and has the state calculated child support at all in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what was the amount of child support that mom would have to pay as a full amount if she didn't have the summer and all the every week? Well, what's the full amount that mom would be looking at as far as temporary child support is concerned? Because I'm going to deviate from that based on the summer circumstances.
$1,042.
All right then. All right then. I'm gonna go. And what would Dad's child support be? Did you figure out Dad's?
That was not calculated, Your Honor.
Okay then. All right then. I'm gonna go ahead and order child support going forward. I'm gonna since we're doing this as a temp and we're going through the summer, I'm gonna just go ahead and order temporary child support at $700 a month. I'm gonna start that the first day of July, so it's gonna be due the 1st of July and the 1st of August. I'm looking at going ahead and appointing. I was gonna look at Miss Swartz because I thought Mom was down in Austin, but Mom's here, so let's go with Miss Lambert. I'm gonna appoint Chanel Lambert as the ad litem for the kids. And I'm looking at setting this up for a pretrial or further temporary orders in August, because I'm going to have to make up my mind. Well, I'll see what her recommendations are going forward for the school year at that point, and that way I can figure out what we're going to do as either a final or a further temporary order. But I'm looking at doing a special setting on this one, with this case is the only one I hear. And let's see. Let me look at my court dates in August. Let's see.
Mom is for the streets. Shaquille, I can't. Mom is for the streets. Okay. Everybody's brewing. It's
First is a general docket. Wednesday is a hybrid.
payoff is so
Yes.
All right. Okay, that's kind of weird.
Make sure you hit that like
It
button.
looks like I hadn't set up the Tuesday or Wednesday, Tuesday, August the 9th and Wednesday, August the 10th yet for any special settings yet. Yeah, that's right. But okay. What I'm gonna do is look at doing this on Monday afternoon. It will factor in any decision on what I'm doing going forward. But for right now, I'm going to leave the kids with you, give moms those weekends, and I'm going to come back and see everybody, have everybody attend this thing on the 31st. If you have any particular witnesses that y'all wish to call, y'all need to let the ad litem know. If you want to hire your own lawyers, y'all have that absolute right. But I'm going to go ahead and set that up and look at doing this. Like I say, ordering the temporary child support going forward until further order. And but obviously, if I do something different on July 31st, I can change. I can modify that child support amount or change that child support starting the 1st of August based on those circumstances. So at this time, Mr. Hodge, I'm going to start with you, sir. Questions or anything else you need to add? You think the court needs to know at this point, sir?
Yes, I was concerned with the allegations because my biggest concern was around the time that she supposedly said she did the police report, I got messages from her email, which are screen recorded, stating that she tried to kill herself. So I don't know whether she's trying to state that I abused her or whether she tried to kill herself. So I don't.
Okay, here's the deal, sir. First off, all right, here's the deal. None of that's in evidence at this point. Okay.
It was uploaded when I did
well, as far as any text messages or anything you said she wrote to you, sir. So until that's in evidence, you're not allowed to give the court information on that. You can show that information to the ad litem, and the ad litem's not, ad litem's not looking to put anybody in jail. The ad litem's just going to try to find the truth out one way or the other. And if you're completely innocent of that, sir, then you don't have anything to worry about. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, then. But for right now, is there anything else you want the court to know at this point, sir?
It seems like never mind. No, I guess not.
All right. Okay, I'm looking at the visitation package that I've already ruled on, sir. Do you have a problem with that?
Yes, I do.
What's the problem?
The problem is Ms. Zelinsky lied to you guys about the visitation. Ms. Zelinsky hasn't been trying to see the kids as much as she says she has. On our off days, she does not try to call or
Okay,
contact
here's
the
this, sir.
kids.
Sir, Mr. Hodges, that wasn't my question. My question is about the visitation going forward. Is that you have a problem with the weekend visits going forward until further order of the court?
I was just trying to explain that to you, but I guess not.
Okay, well, sir, you can explain it to me, but what
It's
problem
it's
do you
fine,
have?
sir.
Why?
It's fine. No, don't.
All right, Ms. Zielinski's questions or anything else you think I need to know, ma'am, before the state prepares the order and gets the ad litem and work in this case?
No, the only question that I would have, you did state that for temporary, starting July 1st, I'll be paying that child support of that 700, correct?
Correct, ma'am.
Okay, with that being said, I do have a vehicle that he is using for the kids. It's in my name. I do not have a problem with him still using it or any of that because he does have the kids. My only thing is he's gonna have to take that car payment over now because I'm not gonna be able to afford the car payment, my rent, and child support.
Okay, sorry, stop. All right, here's the deal, ma'am. Are you saying, okay, well, that never came out in testimony. I ordered child support based on the fact I thought y'all have two separate households.
Yes, we do. And the bills are still the water bill and the internet is still in my name where he's currently living. He's been paying the water bill, but it's still in my name. The vehicle that he's using is in my name, but I've been paying it. He's paid maybe $150 of it. My car payment's $382.
All right, and ma'am, if you paid, okay, real quick questions then. All right, for this entire year, has that car been paid in full, ma'am?
Yes, it has, and I've been the one paying it.
All right, and that car is currently with Mr. Hodge, is that correct? He's
That
shaking
is
his head
correct.
no, but we'll come back.
Because I got documents stating that it's not been paid in full. Like I mean, it's crazy, and we're under oath not to lie to you though. That's crazy. We're under oath not to lie, and I have
I'm not.
documentation.
I'm behind.
Stop!
I'm behind one car payment.
Stop! This isn't television, folks. This is my courtroom, and you do not get into an argument in a court of law. Understood, Mr. Linsky?
I understand.
All right, understood, Mr. Hodge.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to raise my voice, but hey, you do not.
And I have
I'm not.
documentation.
I'm behind.
Stop!
I'm behind one car payment.
Stop! This isn't television, folks. This is my courtroom, and you do not get into an argument in a court of law. Understood, Mr. Linsky?
I understand.
All right, understood, Mr. Hodge.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to raise my voice, but hey, this is people on video think this is video, and this is not. This is my courtroom, and I can have both of you over here tomorrow having a live court date with me live, and my deputy standing right next to you, getting ready to take both of you off to jail for being disrespectful. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right then. All right, now. Here's the thing, Mr. Linsky. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reset this matter for another temporary order before we come back, and I want you to both present proof whether or not that car payment's been made and where the location of that vehicle is. Mr. Hodge, are you in that vehicle right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is this vehicle in Ms. Zielinski's name and Ms. Zielinski's name only?
Yes, sir.
Are y'all married?
No, sir. Common law, but no, sir.
All right then. And you've had this vehicle since y'all have separated. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. And she's had mine.
All right. And is your vehicle paid for? Or are you making payments?
My vehicle's paid for.
Okay. All right then. So what I'm going to need, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold off on making a ruling on what the child support is going forward. And you both need to get Ms. Lambert that information concerning what the payment status is on that vehicle. And I will adjust it if it's been done and been paid in full over that time frame. And if it has not been, then I won't adjust the child support amount that I ordered. But again, Ms. Zielinski, Mr. Hodge, you both have the opportunity to give that information to Ms. Lambert, and she's going to go ahead and get that information to me just to complete my ruling as far as what child support is going to be going forward. And she'll get that to me before the end of the month so I can make that ruling. So Chanel Lambert's her name, her information will be included in the reset order. Both of you are to recontact her based on that. And if the state needs to take y'all back in the breakout room to confirm their information or see whether or not she can call y'all directly, she will set that up. But anyway, I'm not gonna reset this for a hearing. I'm just gonna order that both of y'all provide that information to her as far as those payments are concerned on or before the 20th of June, which is 2 weeks from today. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, folks, and then I'll make that ruling dealing with the visit with the child support. But for right now, the state can go ahead and present do a temporary order with holding in advance that ruling on child support and reset this matter for the general docket on the. We have a general docket on the 20th, and that neither party has to attend. That's just for Ms. Lambert to make the report with the court, because I'm gonna set up a special setting docket for them on the 31st. Oh, let's see, the 20th is a general. Let me make sure I got the 20th may or may not be. I may have to move that to the 21st because that may be a special setting docket. Yeah, that's a special setting docket. So I'm gonna that will be you have until June the 21st to get her that information. You still have until June the 20th to get her that information because I'm resetting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna reset this matter for her to give me that information on Thursday, June the 22nd. So, all right, now I'll start with you, Ms. Zelinsky. Anything else? Any other questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Hodge, anything else? Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Hubbard, anything else you need to ask of either witness?
Since neither of you is asking for non-disclosure, may I include your address and phone number information in this order so that the ad litem can get a hold of you easier?
Yes, ma'am, that's fine with me.
Okay, Mr. Hodge,
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
all? Thank you. In your honor, we are not ordering child support right now.
I'm gonna hold in advance of ordering what the child. I'm gonna order child support, but I'm holding in advance what the amount would be based on Ms. Lambert getting me that information for me to make a ruling on the 22nd of what the child support is going forward. Because if she's making the payments, I'll give her credit for that, and I'll order her to keep making those payments, and I'll give her credit toward what that amount is, and then order child support based on subtracting the amount and ordering the child support going forward.
Thank you.
All right, folks, again, I hate to raise my voice in these circumstances, but I get it. Y'all don't get along anymore. That's fine. No one's making y'all do that. But again, when we're in before the courtroom, I can't have people going out and arguing in the courtroom. You wouldn't argue if one of you was sitting on the witness stand and the other was sitting out in the courtroom. Same deal. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and allow Ms. Lambert to start her investigation. I'll allow her to talk to both of y'all, get that information, and get that back to the court, and I'll make the ruling. And she will. And here's the thing to keep in mind: she doesn't represent you. She doesn't represent mom. She doesn't represent dad. She represents the 4 children, and she gets input on where these 4 kids are going to go live after everything's over with. Okay, she's their lawyer, and she will tell me. I don't have to go along with it, but I usually do. So again, she's my boots on the ground. She's the one that's going to visit both the households. She'll need to formulate a plan to tell her what you will do if you have all 4 children and where they'll be going to school, what your standards will be as far as what you're looking for living, and the same with you, sir. So again, she's impartial at this point. She hasn't met either of you, and she's going to have to, by law, she'll have to do a home visit with both of y'all, and she will come back with that recommendation to the court based on the circumstances she finds and the testimony she will get from you at the final hearing. So I probably won't see y'all before then, but please keep in mind, she has the absolute right to file a motion for further temporary orders anytime in this case. So if she wants to come back before that that July 31st date, she will she can, and she will let y'all know in plenty of time about that. So I'll ask one last time, is there any other questions, anything else at this time, Ms. Zelinsky?
No, sir.
Mr. Hodge, anything else, sir?
So seeing as to how you're not going to enforce child support, what are we supposed to do about the support going forward? Because I've barely been receiving support since she left.
Okay, Mr. Hodge, you didn't get what I just said. I said I'm going to make a ruling on what your child support will be starting the first day of July based on mom and you providing the necessary information to the ad litem, so the court should see whether or not mom will get any credit toward that child support based on the fact she's making the car payment.
No, I understood what you said. I was asking you asked me if I had any more questions, and I asked what we were supposed to do about the support going forward, regardless of there not being an order. Like, is it
There will be an
still,
order for child support, sir, made on the 22nd day of July. That's what that's for.
all right. Yes, sir. No, there's no questions, I guess.
All right, then. I will, y'all have the right to attend that hearing if you want to, but it's not necessary. Only Miss,
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Kitchen Court Cases is always live after me serving up whatever she's got. Delicious and always got the clips. I thank you so much. This channel is exploding, and it's because of you and all of your support. I appreciate it. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm Phil, and you've been a sir.